Are you glad you didn't ban Spain? Because that's kind of amusing because not banning it has actually worked out very well for you in this case. Well, that's a
Now
nice
we have
start.
salt. Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. So first thing you want to do with that warrior, at least, what would you do here? Let's start there.
Well, I don't know. I don't really have a great place to move. All my hills are off of the coastline where I've got my food.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I could settle this flatland or that flatland and either work the salt or the wheat first. It doesn't really matter.
It does actually
Uh,
matter. Between those two
well,
slots,
I get the
you don't want to move. You don't want to move north actually here because you have two adjacent hills to your city now, and if you move north, you lose one of your hills. So for settler production, it's going to be really nice to have those hills adjacent to it. It's the same reason why right now I
right.
wouldn't move. I mean, you're right. There's no hill on the coast there, although that's not quite as important. But just that initial settler production is going to be good. I think right in place. I
Yeah.
would get. You need to get the information with your warrior first, but after that, I think just based on what you see here, right in place is probably where it's going to be. And that city is going to
Yeah.
be an okay early game city, very good after civil service for getting big, but not very good on production after that. Although plains
Right.
tiles are okay for production anyways. So I would want to end my turn somewhere with that warrior on rough terrain, either that hill, the hill to the north, or the truffles to the east, just to get as much vision as I can. It depends if you're considering moving the settler or not. What are you expecting to see? What would make you move the settler south? A natural wonder?
Wonder.
Yeah, I think there's a minimum. I think there's a minimum of 5 tiles away from where you spawn, so I don't think you're able to see it there. But maybe I would.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. All three of those directions are okay, north, east, or south for scouting with the warrior. I don't see any strong advantage to any of those.
All right. Well, let's go east.
All right. So one tile at a time, so you get your maximum scouting. All right. Okay.
Run.
So more coast over there.
Nothing
So
there except for coast.
so
Yeah.
you're either on a peninsula here, or those coasts do not connect. That might be inland coast there.
Yep.
Guess we're gonna find out.
So.
All right. Current meta is Liberty beats fucking everything, and
Yeah.
honor is a close second, and tradition is a distant third, and piety is still a joke. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. I like. I mean, unfortunately, you have limited. You have slightly less production than you would as Spain, unfortunately, because you're not on a hill, so your scouts are going to be a little bit slower. But I like extra scouts as Spain. Pop rune right off the bat's great.
Oh,
Yep. Um,
if I had something to work,
what you do, you have. You could work that. I would
I
actually
could work
recommend
the
the growth.
fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Get to pop through as quickly as possible. All right.
I am a little laggy now.
Can you
Hopefully it
show
doesn't
me
continue.
the other players in the game? What was the last civ? I just wanted to get that last civ. Shanghai. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I like that second move there. Just maximizing the amount of stuff because it's gonna take a full move to move into that hill or to that grassland forest. Anyways,
Yep.
I'm Tracy. You've asked that question 3 times now, and Aqua's answered it all 3 times. Seanald is a moderator. He gets a coaching session because he helps out with my channel with the editing, and I want to give back a little bit if I can, and this is one of the ways I can do that. All right, pretty cool site rune there. Actually, it's going to set up for a 2 move into another rune, which is pretty decent, actually. But no wonders up there that we
Yep.
can see.
Aqua, what do you want the name to be?
All right. Yeah, I like that move. Where are you going with the scout?
All right.
I think
We're gonna
south.
go south.
Which way
Onto
south,
the
though?
truffles,
Well,
probably.
move to the wheat first. It's actually looking at the layout of the map. It looks like there's coast off to your east. Yeah, see, even with that move, it suggests that this may not be inland. I think you're gonna want to bring that scout north again. Yeah, because this is it for your land to the south. You can scout that last little
Yeah.
corner at another time. I'd build a second scout as Spain before that monument.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Just because if you can, you really would like to get that wonder early. If you can settle a wonder as Spain, you're in a really, really strong position. If you can settle 3 wonders as Spain, you can, nice first move. You can
Yeah.
kill the entire map. Well, I
All
wouldn't
right.
go east there. I know it's really tempting. I know you want to say, oh, there's more land to the south. That's surprising.
Yeah.
I was kind of
Except
expecting
on
that
the
to be
one top.
done. Spearman is a great upgrade here.
Yeah, nice.
I
You
w-
can just
if
find a city-state.
okay, yeah, yeah, get some tribute would be good.
So him going farther north doesn't seem like it's going to be worth it.
Uh,
I
finding
mean, it's
it's
all rough terrain that I can see.
yeah, but it's going to be pretty slow going. The scout is going to go to the west faster than your spearman is going to go to the west, so I might continue going a little bit north there, at least to that jungle hill, just to see what's over there. You know, at least another luxury there. And like next turn, you could move to that second jungle hill. It's not that slow of terrain for you. Animal husbandry is fine.
Yeah.
The only other thing is you do have salt, so getting mining early is pretty good. Um,
Right.
and the other,
Well, I mean, I'm still going to have a scout and a monument.
yeah,
Or
that's
a
true.
scout and a monument to build before I can even build.
Don't
a
run out of
village,
time
so.
here, so move that scout somewhere. I don't like continuing
Where
the
are we
scout.
going? Are we going south?
That's fine. It'd be nice to see how that land connects, but I want to get a scout to that the west as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like with that
Get the
scout that
next one
came
to go
out.
up and around.
Yeah, exactly. I probably the thing is you're trying to rush to areas before other players here. Single move at a time there.
Yeah.
I would have liked the jungle hill, but that's okay.
Oh, this is the hill. Or are you talking about that hill?
No, that's a
The sheep.
forested hill. The jungle hill would be to the northeast. You would have moved across the stone. That's okay.
Oh,
Just
I
because
see.
you're looking as Spain to just maximize the amount of site you can get early. Okay, city state down there. The land does connect, which is really surprising, which means this is an inland coastal of like 4 tiles, which is pretty good if you could settle more cities on it, but you're probably not going to be able to. Maybe down to the
There's
southwest a little
city-state
bit.
down here as well.
Yeah, but you might still be able to fit one into the southwest. And there is another nice. I'd
I'd like to
prior-
make the city-state, but I can't.
yeah, exactly. I'd prioritize the ruin ahead of the city state as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Still not enough gold to buy that.
That's okay. Okay. Yeah, you can keep growing, or you can just get production now. 3 pop is about where you're going to be. You might even get to 4 before settlers, but you might not. Depends on what you do next. 1 tile at a time. Go to that north forest, that north grassland. Yeah.
It's either cross the river or go to the hill.
Up to you. I like the hill personally because I think you may get a little bit more sight than Japan does. There's a border. Is that Japan's borders right there?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, so he's pretty close. So the gems and gems, spices, and sugar are pretty close. You do have a bit of an issue here, which is that you're gonna get
Yeah, I
blocked
do.
in if you don't get too many expands. You gonna grab that rune at the beginning of the turn? Nice. Okay, there's some more luxuries over there. That's
Mining.
cool. Mining's great for you here.
Yeah,
that's
go to the
fine.
hill there.
1 at a time. Remember, no other path would have been slightly better, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I would
So
move.
should I bounce up and see his capital on the hill at the end of the turn?
Yeah, that's not terrible. It's a little bit slower for scouting purposes, but it is going to give you that information. Yep. I like that. Right. Let's take a look around. What do you got?
Oh, and I still need to meet the city-state.
I think more important to get land here than city state right now.
Okay.
You can come back for that. Like right there.
Oh.
That's what you want to see. Okay, so you're going to go straight in to now
South
meeting
one.
the city state is interesting. Yeah, keep going west with this guy. Oh, the rune. Right, the rune. South. No.
Oh. Oops. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Bring that spearman back. You're going to want to escort unit. Quick, you got to do this fast as Seanald because you got to get your research out. Get archery or whatever, it doesn't matter. And you're losing you're not working the salt right now. And you want to switch over purely to production here and just build a settler. That's all you want to do.
Okay.
And you lost production that turn from taking a little bit long on that because you're not going to try to grow here. You could work the salt in that. Probably the hill is going to be better than that, but I'm not entirely sure. You have a look in a second. Because the way that food interacts with that, it really depends. What is that? 10 versus
That
what?
was 10.
Try the hill to the wheat and see what happens.
The hill to the wheat.
Yeah.
I'm working it.
You're not working the
I
wheat
got
right
these
now.
3.
Okay, make your other moves
Oh,
first.
you
We'll
mean-
come back to this. Yep. We can discuss that in a second. But
Oh,
you're going to
I
run out of
see.
time. Okay. Nice. And there's 2 more. There's a runes to your west. I'll go get those runes and bring your spearman back. Quick.
Yep. Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
buying the horses isn't terrible as Spain though. If you get one gold rune, if like is that's the gold rune, you can buy a worker, which is really nice. Yeah, I'll keep going. I would consider heading that scout back towards the city state. Yeah, that's your best move.
Yeah.
And you go in Liberty here. Okay. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's probably the go-to play right now. And bring that spearman home. All right, you want to look at tile assignments now? Don't change anything right now because you're 8 seconds away. But this is it might.
You want to see if this is less than the wheat itself.
Yeah, if the food production makes that either equal or better. I don't think it can make it better, but it might maybe make it equal. Get that scout move first. Get the rune. Always first remove your runes. So a lot of value in runes early if you can get them. So you just beat the Portugal scout to it by first moving it. And you picked up culture, so you're going to have another one in a moment. Okay.
Legions.
Nice. Yep, for sure. Alright, so you're going to want that escort unit. And if you look, there's another luxury over there too. What was that? 9 versus 10. Okay, yep, that's fine. I mean, the horses are clearly a better pickup than what you're working, but I think it's small enough difference that I would... Oh, you can tribute Budapest. Do that and buy a worker. Quick.
Man.
You're killing me with these clicks. Killing me.
No, I can't. Like, I'm literally moving as fast as I can. I'm getting delayed.
Alright, well, sometimes the difference is that if that city grows... You haven't met it yet. You need to meet it with your scout.
Oh.
2 tiles to north will meet it, and then you contribute it.
I can attribute something that I hadn't met. That's weird.
It's from the map rune. Alright, you can purchase a worker, which I'd be very, very tempted to do here and get that salt online. It's going to be a huge benefit. And you need to get that scout home without taking any more damage. So yeah, exactly. It looks like that Uluro is a contested settle.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter what you tech here. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want. Just quick something before you run out of time.
We have truffles.
Okay. I would consider keeping that. I would consider sending that scout south and doing your best to keep an eye on his settler, because he might have seen that before you and might have started a settler before you. You did go double scout there. Move on to the iron with that.
Right.
That work. Yeah, there first. Perfect. So you can see, and then the iron. I mean, if you could start a farm on the inland one, but I'm not sure if you're going to want to improve the iron here or the salt ahead of time, honestly. Probably the salt, honestly, but that's very close to Portugal. South. Yeah, because you want to see how Portugal. Yeah, because you want to see how Portugal connects with that. And you can work the tile you just grew to. Mm-hmm.
So you think I should improve the iron first?
Well, it depends if you're going to spam settlers or not. I mean, no. Here the salt is better, but the iron is a pretty close second. It depends because right now, should you be? Because if you look at the salt, if you work the third hill over the just kill the archer. If you work, yeah, so he's very close to that, so you definitely want that going fast. You gotta hope he didn't see it, which he may not have. I mean, it's very possible not to. But if you and this escorting, I would consider bringing that. I'd consider bringing the spearman south right now, and maybe this. Yeah, but maybe not as well. Maybe instead, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to move past an active barb camp, and you want as much hit points as you can to do that. I want to move the scout into range of the archer, but it's okay.
Oh.
Did you did assign tiles from the hill to the
horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've done that, don't. Okay, Seanald, right there, you just did two things, kind of poor there. Make the rest of your moves, and we'll explain that.
All right.
Yeah, you want to definitely scout over towards Lisbon, and these are little. I mean, in the beginning game, there isn't a lot going on, so you have the time and mental energy kind of to focus on the little things, and one of the little things here that we were missing out on. He's so close to Uluro, it's disgusting. Is you're going to take an archer shot here with the spearman for no reason, and the scout could have been healing quicker by moving into the capital city, and the archer and would have been in position to protect the worker. Just move the spearman off. He can't do anything. No, don't move the scout now, because every turn.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I need him to be in range of this just in case something comes up.
Yeah, but you need him healed, because right now I can't do anything. Apparently you could attribute it to Hanoi last turn. I didn't see it either. You need to figure out what you're doing production-wise in your capital right now. I don't mind another set. Gee. A shrine isn't bad. You need to do it quick, though. And if you're going to do a shrine, you need to not starve, because you're going to starve in your capital right now. Okay, that's good. All right. I would fortify around here. Yep. You're going to think about how your best way to block him is. And you might make an enemy doing that. You have to make the decision. Do you want Uluro as Spain, or do you want to be friendly with Portugal? And my suspicion is you want Uluro as Spain. Right. Have a little look around here, exactly. But, I mean, if you look, he's 3 pop. He's probably still going 3 pop. It's going to be like a straight shot to Uluro. And it's too bad we didn't get the tribute on that southern city, because if you had enough to buy tiles here, you could settle a little further away, and that would be much better. How much money does Portugal have?
82.
Okay, that's not a lot either.
Is losing gold.
Okay. Yeah, Spearman first. Yep.
Yep, there he comes.
Okay, that's fine. Bronze working's fine here. What is that? Is that still a worker? Okay, just fortify on that hill. And you don't have to move anything. Yeah, move. I'd improve the iron personally, but yep. And just leave that scout healing one more time. This way, if the archer has to kind of walk around to get to you, it's kind of an annoying location, that salt, because it's not very well protected by the city.
Right.
There's a settler. No. Okay, just don't give up that spot. Make him settle somewhere shitty. Any way you can make more gold in your city right now? Is there a gold tile you can work that you're not working?
No, I'm working the only one. It's the salt. I mean, I could buy something to do it, but no, that's all I got.
It's really unfortunate how close he is here. Definitely go to the hill. Be very careful moving that settler first, because you know there's a scout there.
Yep.
It's very disappointing when someone settles a wonder on you as Spain.
Yep.
You do have now
Should
a
we
tile.
build a granary first?
Yeah, build a granary. Unwork that wheat and work the truffles that you just grew to. Okay. Just
move down in his way.
No, you should war him.
It's not going to stop him at this point.
You should war him, so he can't. So he gets zone controlled if he tries to move adjacent to Uluro. No, don't attack him. Just war him.
I can't war him in this unit.
Oh my god. Well, that's a very big problem. There you go.
I needed to change my setup. You have to change it when you first start a game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Oh, move in his way then.
EUI.
Yep, move in his way right there. Quick. Oh, never mind. So he's going to settle next to Uluro next turn. So you're going to be beat to it. All right. Yep. Well, that's really unfortunate. It's very painful as Spain to be beat to it. I would at least move to the desert hill and settle that next turn.
The desert hill?
Yeah, not with your scout. Your scout can just go scout west, since you didn't do anything to block him. I think honestly, not zoning that potentially cost you the city there, because you would have had one more turn before he got to the position he wanted, and then you could have potentially first move settled.
Right.
If you go there, you're going to get shot. If you move your scout one tile, yeah, that's fine. You can move it up there if you want. That's fine.
Are you saying let it move on to the salt and kill it?
You're not going to be able to kill it in one round with just the city and the scout. You're going to have to, this way you're taking some fire. Okay, you can stop working gold now. Just go back to working whatever you want in your capital. The goal is to buy Uluro, but it's not going to happen. So that's really unfortunate to be beaten to Uluro Spain. Sorry, man.
Great library.
That's a really early one. 23 is about as early as you can get Great Library. Yeah, just don't let him get...
So we're settling this.
I think that's a totally reasonable spot to settle. And I would purchase the cotton just so he cannot get it ever.
Yep.
Okay. Have you scouted west with your scout already this turn? Sometimes it lets you
Not
enter
yet.
and stupidly, like, yeah, okay. Your goal is to find another natural wonder here. Okay. So you got some options now. You're gonna see a settlement from Japan. Oh, like, yeah, I'd go kill that spearman with that, or the archer with that spearman. You're gonna see and you should at some point steal a worker from one of these city states.
Yeah.
You're gonna see settlements popping up from Japan. You have a nice inland coastal trade route that you can run between your two cities, which is gonna be really good. But you're gonna have to make some decisions about what you want to do about about Portugal being there, because you can kill him. The thing is, Uluro is an early game wonder. It benefits you most by propelling you to an early religion and the early game pantheon stuff, etc. So you do, by the
Right.
time you're going to be able to kill that, it is going to be less good.
All right. So, what are we thinking with this settler?
Yeah, it gets hard now. You probably want to get that luxury. You probably want to get those spices going. Maybe the gems if you feel aggressive.
Yeah.
Make
The
decisions
gems,
though.
I'd have to. Yeah. Let's move into the city for right this second, and we'll deal with this part first.
Aqua wishes to remind you that he wants the capital renamed at some point. Take
Yes,
take
aware.
something for 2 turns. It doesn't matter what. Scout is fine. Just do something for 2 turns because you're going to want to build settlers when you're as soon as you can. Once you grow is the next time you can build settlers. Yeah. And are you working that iron or not?
No.
Soon. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Don't do it quite yet because you need to grow. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
'Cause for me, anyways, I often just wait. Often the extra production you gain from waiting for that settler when you're going to build like 4 or 5 cities is really of waiting for that population growth is worth it. So you can move to the scout. Scout's not going to die this turn unless another barb shows up. Truffles are good. Horses are
next or
good.
the hill.
Horses or truffles, one or the other.
No barbs.
Okay.
Sight or healing?
Sight. And just fortify. It's nice that the barb's leveling your guy up.
Yeah. Alright.
No real tips or tricks for this. Just trying to end up on hills. You're going to just try to get as much of the map covered as you can. Every wonder you find is 2 happiness and 100 gold, which is a lot. So.
Right.
Alright. The only thing I would do here now is I would swap your 2 scouts' locations, and I would scout the south eastern part of that landmass with the wounded scout. And then I start settler production in your capital.
So you go east with the
No,
wounded one?
no. Southeast. Swap your 2 positions. So,
Oh, that's
yep. There you go. And the settler's going to have to wait a turn.
calendar.
You do have calendar resources. That's certainly possible. I mean, it depends. Like, what do you want to do now about this? So you lost that settlement spot. Are you okay with these borders with that? Do you see enough land in here? I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a little bit cramped. So, all right.
Yep.
So assign production your capital, and we can continue brainstorming grand strategy. Settler. Yeah. All right. And keep scouting because we're gonna run out of time otherwise. I wouldn't. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you met the city state. That's good. And you are going to want to steal a worker still. But you want to go see wonders with that scout. And what that means is you want to get out into the world as much as possible with that scout as soon as possible, not move back towards yourself.
Right.
All right. This turn, move the scout in for the flanking bonus before you attack. And then slam with both. And I'd slam spearman first. Yep. Excellent. I would actually not heal with that scout. I'd go southeast with that scout. Yeah, it should have been production focus. Yeah, it's a minor mistake. I would probably work the sheep here over the cotton. The growth in your expands when you're about to shit out like 4 or 5 cities is a lot less important because you're going to be happiness blocked anyway, so getting the production up is just good. And if you want in that city, you could also unwork the wheat and work the cotton if you're worried about gold. You can steal this worker, but it's...
That's a long way to get it back.
Yeah, it is, and I would like to scout with that. Change the production tile over in Barcelona from the wheat to the cotton. Because you don't really care about growth right here. What you do care about is not the negative gold and just getting your extra cities out. I mean, you could do like a 4 or 5 city settle and then consider crossbow pushing someone. That's legitimate.
Right. So where is the city placement for this one?
Um, well, you could go. You want to get a luxury here, right? And
Right. We're going for the
spices or
spices.
gems. Well, you could do
Yeah, we're
spices.
going spices.
Okay. That's okay. I guess I prefer the hill to the flatland. The flatland's closer to the cattle, which is happiness for Spain, but I think I prefer the hill. That's fine.
You're talking this one
Yep. Yeah, I'm fine with
in
that.
between the spices and wheat.
Yep. And then you're gonna get something off to the east a little bit. Okay.
Barb coming in. It's fine.
Yeah, you can bring the spearman
Uh,
back to your capital to kill that barb, but scout southeast with
yeah.
that scout with the extra sight. Because what we want to see is we want to see if there's another city spot there. Don't end up on the grassland because you'll get shot, but the plains is fine.
Yeah.
Because there's probably another city spot over there. I mean, remember you have your improved circuses, right, which are culture and pretty good.
Right. So horses over there gives me at least 2 happiness.
Yeah, and you're gonna
Without
need.
luxury.
Yep. And I would take your next settler and just go north. I guess you're gonna have spearman to the salt, and then yeah. Right. All right, so that was fucking it.
Not much of a city.
Yeah, but stand on that horse towel, just for at maximum sight. See what's over there. Any fish or anything? No. Yeah, you're gonna go north somewhere. Maybe directly on the truffles for all we know right now, because it's a little
Yeah.
bit. It's too. The hill would be perfect, but it's too close.
I feel like I need another military unit now.
Really, I think one
Or
more
are we
settler.
spitting out another settler?
One more settler, I think. All right, I would like to see a. You need to get a worker seal soon, and I would like to see. What was I gonna say? I'd like to see sailing tech relatively soon too. Get your capital fed.
Right.
Yeah. How are army scores looking? So your top
Um,
manufactured goods. Japan's top military, but it's not a lot. It's like one spearman ahead of you.
Not a lot. Yeah.
All right. But you gotta get a worker steal off. Looks like, and it's probably gonna be from Hanoi in the south. Where did that fucking bar? Okay, that's fine. I know you're tempted to
You gotta
slam, but
steal it.
if you just walk on the worker, he can't steal and he can't kill you, and you can shoot him next turn.
If I walk onto
Your
one
own
tile
worker.
up, is that what you're saying?
No, if you walk 2 tiles
Oh
up,
no,
your
I
worker.
can't hit it. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking I couldn't reach it.
Okay. And you can protect the investment there. So yeah, so probably, yeah, I would have done it with the that's. I'd do
I
it
can
with the
heal
spearman.
spearman a turn if I move the scout.
If you want to move the scout, move it to the forest. You don't want to block the spearman. The spearman is still a better escort unit than the scout is, right? So you can go there. If you're worried about him blocking you, then you can send the spearman up. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's an okay little expand. It's not great. I'd take a granary in this city because you're going to want to feed your capital, and you're going to probably want to do that relatively early. And we got to get a worker steal from the southern city. So once this barb is dead, we're going to go steal the worker from the southern city-state.
What do you think, sailing tech now?
Sure. The other thing you could do after that is potentially Colossus. So if what we are considering doing, and it sounds like you don't think you have enough land, I don't really think you have enough land.
No.
I think what you're going to want to do then is a timing military push, and you want to work on war anyway, so that's not a bad thing, right? So we can work on war about
Right.
this. So you need to think about how to do that, and that's an early decision. That's a decision starting now, and we have the time to think about that. Yeah,
Right.
that's fine. You might even be able to kill with the scout. Is that a kill?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Perfect. All right, those truffles need to come online. And Aqua wants to remind you about the city name again. So after you make your moves this turn, we'll do that. The hill is better, but it's roughly the same.
Oh,
If
I
you
thought
want
you
it,
were
you were, but if you were planning on improving
already
the
there.
anything else, it's just more options if you change your mind for some reason in between. That is some minor detail. Okay, so the next settlement is going to be over by the iron and deer. and then that's probably going to be it for now. You're going to start 5 core cities, and you're going to go into crossbows. So what you want to focus on now is science and gold. So this is going to be
Right.
workers, happiness, science, gold, growth, etc., and then crossbows. I mean, you can do it at compos, but it's going to be a lot more costly and a lot harder to impact. No, you want to. I mean, that's okay moving this work to scout there, but probably what you want to do is you want to go see the world because you want to see city states, or not city states, wonders, and wonders are happiness and gold for you, and both of those things you need right now. So bringing that worker
Right.
back, he kind of wants to go northwest because you want to go see the rest of the world.
All right.
Okay, and you got to rename Madrid, and he wants it renamed to.
What does he want?
He wants it renamed to something.
Hotkeys.
Keystroke or hotkeys. That's right. Hotkeys. That's right. That's right. Okay.
See if I took it.
Okay.